right? David even sent a gift to Uriah after he left the palace. But there was a major problem with David's plan. Verse 9, Uriah didn't go home. He slept that night in the palace entrance in the king's palace guard. You see, this is what happens when you try to cover your tracks and not own your own mistake. Pastor, this is heavy today. That's the word. We're talking about heroes of faith. We're talking about men in the Bible that God used, that were mighty men of God, that displayed the characteristics God was looking for, but also had flaws. We sang that this morning. You know my flaws, my failures and flaws, yet you still call me friend. And so this is a story that we need to hear because there's redemption in this story as much as there is failure. And so if first you don't succeed, try again, right? David understands this guy doesn't go home. He doesn't sleep with his wife. And so now, she's pregnant by me. I got to do something different. So verse 12, he said Uriah stayed in Jerusalem that day and the next. And then David invited him to dinner again and got him drunk. Are you kidding me? Right? But even then, he couldn't get Uriah to go home to his wife. And again, he slept at the palace entrance with the king's palace guard. I mean, the integrity of Uriah in the midst of a battle when he was home. You know, I don't know if you've ever watched MASH. I used to watch MASH growing up. I'm aging myself now, right? But in the middle of the Korean conflict, they're out in the middle of the war, and they're looking for a pass to go to Seoul, Korea to have some R&R. Let me tell you, as soon as Hawkeye and BJ and all those guys could get out of there and go soak in a hot tub and have some fun and get some drinks and eat some good food, they were going to do it, and they were going to leave everything else in the back rear view mirror, and have fun. They were going to take their opportunity. Uriah, such a man of integrity. I can't sleep with my wife. I can't enjoy the pleasures of my home and relaxation while my fellow soldiers are in the battle, waging war and risking their life. That's integrity. That's a man, ladies and gentlemen. That's what you're looking for. There's no women in here that are eligible bachelors, I don't think, too much, but that's what you're looking for, all right? David now compounds the sin of trying to cover himself and get him drunk with another sin. See, two wrongs don't make a right. Two rights make a right. I know. Two rights make three rights, okay? So the next morning, that was free. The next morning, David wrote a letter to Joab and gave it to Uriah to deliver. The letter instructed Joab, station Uriah on the front lines where the battle is fiercest. Then pull back so that he will be killed. So Joab assigned Uriah to a spot close to the city wall where he knew the enemy's strongest men were fighting. And when the enemy soldiers came out of the city to fight, Uriah the Hittite was killed, along with several other Israelite soldiers. See, not only was David willing to kill him purposely, he was also willing to kill other soldiers who were innocent of this. See, when your sin, unconfessed, unresolved, secret sin, stays inside of you, and you begin to scheme and try to cover your tracks and make all kinds of other provisions so that you don't get caught, a lot of people get caught in the wake of your mess. It's getting heavy, isn't it? Sorry. It's just the word. Now, at least Uriah won't know that his wife was pregnant by another man. That's good. And now, there probably won't be a ritual stoning of Bathsheba and David. Because why? Because David now appears a hero. Because what does he do? He now takes the widow, Bathsheba, brings her to the palace, and makes him his wife, and gives her the home that she deserves. Well, all along, what it looks like isn't what it is. Doesn't that sound familiar? Doesn't that happen in life to us, around us, to others? You know, and this, it just goes, it gets nasty. See, number 3, now my clicker's not working. All right, go to 3, Asher.